Okay, so if you are new to the channel, Storm is my absolute favorite Marvel character of all time. She is incredible in so many different ways. So, this was a big moment for me that the MCU was finally having Storm join the party. Now, what happened to be the problem of this, though, is that she is put into a messy situation, meaning when you're waiting for that Storm episode, my thoughts about What If season 3 are it was pretty poor, and especially episodes 1 through 6 before Storm hits the scene were very empty, very slow, and all over the place. And there wasn't any momentum built throughout the season like the past two seasons. Now, jumping into these final episodes with Storm we're about to talk about, please make sure you watch them first because I'm going to be doing all the spoilers on both of them. But it was weird because when you see her come in episode 7, the biggest problem with this, obviously, is there's no explanation or episode dedicated to Storm and why she has Thor's hammer and Mjolnir. Would love to have seen where she got this armor, her time with the Asgardian people, how it all came about. This could have been such a great story explored, and it wasn't. Now, there's people on Reddit saying that they had cut the episode for different reasons, that wasn't the plan. And I'm sure there was something in the plan, because how could you just have a character appear so randomly where you see at least the other three characters that are in the episode had some kind of backstory put to them so you know what you're getting into. With Storm, you're just thrown in and you see she has the hammer and that's it. So it's very, very frustrating and feels like a disservice to the character. And that's where it didn't feel like the MCU introduction I wish they'd given her, because it kind of felt like they just wanted her to mop up the mess of a show that happened in this season. So that's my biggest gripe about it all. But the actual good of it is that seeing Storm in action in the MCU is really cool, and they did a lot of justice to her in her powers and what she does with this hammer. It looked awesome. She has some huge moments, so that I was really excited to see. There's little things that annoyed me, like I love when Storm has her white eyes, but they overdid it. Like they left her in that mode. So then when she became kind of half watcher, it was already there and everyone else just joined her with the white eyes. So that was a very strange choice. I think it's more special when it's not just her permanent state. And the big thing too is that with X-Men 97 they did Storm so well because of the story. You're giving a great character arc, giving her emotion, where she was put in where a lot of the problems of the MCU of late are happening, where there's not much good story and character work as it used to have. So that's just the case here in the situation Storm was put in. It was cool that they had the X-Men animated series play a couple times for her. And I love we got to see the best moment was in the finale when she does her Cyclone moment. That was really spectacular. And if you've been playing Marvel Rivals like I have of late, it probably reminds you of Storm's Ultimate. And we also got to see the Black Panther variant really quickly of Storm when she almost is losing all the versions of herself. But I will say, overall, this is nothing compared to how great she was in X-Men 97, which unfortunately isn't MCU, but I still feel like we'll get that version of Storm somewhere in the MCU. And I'm really, really happy, though, they still used Allison Seeley Smith, who did Storm in X-Men animated series, X-Men 97, and did it here for What If. So she definitely deserved that, and I'm happy she got that big gig. It was also cool as X-Men fans, we got to see Jubilee Silver Surfer variant and also Weapon X Thanos. So that was cool too. It didn't make me as excited as I wanted to be and give justice to Storm in an introduction. I feel like if she was going to be the MCU in an introduction, it should be something absolutely grand. And unfortunately, they kind of shoved it into a sinking boat. So I feel like she was used as a savior, and she has that effect. Like she made the finale really, really good. There was no saving episode 7. The episode before finale was just so weird and such a strange short episode that was so empty and nothing really happening, just setting things up. But the finale was good and it was the best episode of the season. I'm just really interested to see what they do with the X-Men once Secret Wars passes. I hope they recast all of them. And that's no disrespect to Hugh Jackman as Wolverine or even Channing Tatum now playing Gambit. Do all that fun stuff for the Secret Wars and everything like that. In these movies, they have to finish up all the multiverse type things. But after that, I really am so sick of seeing like X-Men brought back, and just in all superhero movies bringing back the old. That's cool and all, but it's time to just have a fresh cast do the X-Men and start clean with those movies and stories. They can do really something exciting here instead of holding on to the past. So I'm excited to see where we'll next see Storm in the MCU, who's going to play her, all those kind of things. But I'm happy they're sticking with Allison Seeley Smith doing the voice in animated versions. She's the best. So let me know what you thought of how they did Storm here. Did it give her enough justice for her introduction to MCU? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I read every comment, try to respond as many as I can. Hit that sub button so you don't miss any of my coverage of X Men. I also am on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. And I'll see you next time.